The road to 420 starts here on the 13th. Hey, it's Brainmuffin back with a beer review, and today we have 420 Pale Ale from SweetWater Brewing Company down there in Hotlanta region. So it's US 420, I do believe. I do believe it's named after the street, the road, and this has a Best Buy the day before my birthday. So actually, the guy that I work with, his birthday's that day. He's a year and 1 day older than I am. So let's get started. This is one of the, I've had very little of SweetWater, although I've been to Atlanta a few times. I've had, it's been a few years, but I was down there a few years ago for a high school reunion, and we did a tour of the brewery. But I've never, because there was like a porter and a stout, I've never seen those up here in Cincy, so I don't know what they do with them. This is like the right temperature. The dog's looking like they're going to start playing. So we got a nice pale goldeny color, quite clear, although there's a little bit of stuff floating around in it. Probably got shook up a little bit on the way home. Oh, nice clean aroma. It's kind of a hoppy aroma with hints of malt. But it's just kind of a floral hop. It's not really heavy. It's just kind of light. Yep, the dogs are going to start playing here in a second. It's a nice clean pale. Nothing to write home about. As you can see, the nice golden color. It's about as pale as a beer ought to be. It's not a fizzy yellow beer. I've previously given this a 3.5, and I'm pretty much sticking to that. So, if you hear noises, that's my dog getting ready to play with one another. Unfortunately, they've been out, they've been fed, they've been out twice, and they played quite a bit. I'm surprised that they're still got some energy, but hey. Anyway. And what I like about this is this looks like a rainbow trout on here. I don't know if that is just a generic fish. I mean, it is a lake. Usually you would find a rainbow trout in a stream. But in my mind, a rainbow trout, it would be perfect. Fried up in a pan with a little bit of cornmeal on it. Splash a hint of lemon juice when it's done, obviously. Fried up in a heavy iron skillet. You know, I don't know what you'd have with it. Maybe some coleslaw and home fries or something like that. But to me, that's like a good pairing right on the label. I don't know if it's intentional or not. But yeah, bottle conditioned for fresher taste. So that's why there's a little bit of yeast floating around in it. And I probably should have read that before I messed around with them. I mean, basically just came home and plunked this one down to review. But it's a nice clean. It's really being nitpicky to not give it a 3.5, a 3.25. But I've had a bunch of other better pale ales from other breweries that are more in the 3.25 to 4 range for me. So you can easily give us a 4 if you've not had a lot of pales. Pales are very difficult to make and be consistent because any little flaw is going to show up. But around here we've got so many nice pale ales here in Cincinnati, it's really hard for me to give. And some of it may be just the distance it travels. But I like that it's bottle conditioned. That's very good. It's something I don't really see in the cans a lot. They aren't really can conditioned. But there you go. Nice. It's clean start to finish. It has some hop aroma, some malt. It's very smooth. I don't even know if... let's see, the IBUs, 39 IBUs, so you're in the range of your New England IPAs for that matter. Just not as fruity and as flavorful, but this is pretty much just a beer to have with anything you want. You don't have to go with the pairing of the fried rainbow trout, but any meal this would go well with, pretty much. It's just kind of a good generic beer. It's a good starting beer too. So there you go. So 3.5 is what I gave it from SweetWater 420 Pale Ale. What do you think? And their dogs, as they get cranking, here we go. All right, see you next time, and goodbye.
And then it makes more ripples that he can see, and then he goes even further. All right, good doggies. Hopefully he doesn't pee.
I'm helping me, dozens. Look, you can wave at the people. You can say, hello all the people on YouTube. I'm helping Grandpa. Since you're You're Zach's dog. You're mommy and grandpa. Alright. 420 extra pale ale. Here we go.